We are the global one-stop digital payment and financial service platform for cross-border SMEs. But this actually changed this year. So I think you all actually noticed something this morning. My session was not talking about SME. It was actually regarding enterprise. So this year for our WorldFirst, it is a big year. So in terms of the business, we actually will have 3 segments. WorldFirst Personal, we are going to support individual personal multi-currency accounts very soon. So the first one actually was launched in the UK in July, but I don't want to encourage you to download the app now because it's still in the pilot case. So this is the first one. The second, WorldFirst SMB. And this is actually the core, I would say, backbone of WorldFirst business globally. And third one is WorldFirst Enterprise. This year is not easy for us, but with all the supports from all of our customers, we still have a very strong year. I just want to say thank you again. And this year, you see our TPV is actually US dollar 188 billion. That means more than 50% growth compared to last year. And in terms of the accumulated TPV, we already hit 500 billion. And in terms of the number of customers we serve, last year it was 1.2 million SMEs from all around the world. And today it is 1.5 million. So thank you again for all the support. In terms of the global expansion, it's actually 3 parts. One is actually product expansion. Second is market expansion. Third is actually industry expansion. So today, I'm going to update about the latest developments in 3 parts. So talking about the product expansion, our very core and key product is World Account, a multi-currency account. So we have been working extremely hard to add more features for our World Account. So in terms of the number of collection currencies, we actually expanded from 29 to 45. So most of those actually currencies for the emerging markets, we actually see our clients are diversifying to more emerging markets. Comparing US and Europe, nowadays, people are moving to Africa, to Latam, and to Southeast Asia. This year particularly, I traveled a lot to the emerging markets, Mexico, Brazil, Nigeria. I find it's amazing because most of the countries I went, I actually saw a lot of actually investments from China. And surprisingly, not trading like the goods directly shipped to those countries, then just re-export to other countries. I see is actually the investment of the manufacturing activities into those, emerging markets. And second one is actually account currency. So previously it was 18, today is 32. That means you actually keep the balance, the World Account balance in 32 currencies. And in terms of the payments countries, it was expanded from 41 to 101. But I think it's not good enough because this is simply to the bank account. This year, we are going to expand it to pay to wallets, pay to cards. And also very important features added for international market is actually fund sweeping. I call it pooling, cross accounts and cross entities like a linkage. This one is very important. As I mentioned, a lot of companies going outside of Asia to US or to Europe because of the marketplace rule change. You have to get localized. So all those entities under one group, in order to help them manage the liquidity very efficiently, we actually added this feature so that you can automatically link all those accounts, link all those entities, and through one platform, you can manage globally in a very efficient way. That is some features to the existing World Account. But we did launch 2 new products last year, but I want to show here. You actually see very strong demand for the card. It actually surprised me as well, because previously I thought, card would be primarily used by individual users, but this is actually business cards used by our business customers. Our card features has been greatly upgraded. So you will see our card is actually multi-currency cards. That means card settlements can be in 15 currencies. That will save a lot of your FX cost. And second is actually credit card bin. That means you actually can pay to the widest merchants with the highest acceptance. And this card is available in 100 plus markets. Very soon, we are going to add Apple Pay and Google Pay to the card. So you actually can use Apple Pay and Google Pay. The next one, WorldWealth. WorldWealth was actually launched last year. It's still very strong demands from our customers. I was surprised because today we are the largest PSP in Hong Kong in terms of the money market funds balance. We are going to launch it in UK and Singapore, Europe, and Australia. We're actively working with third-party partners to launch similar WorldWealth products in those markets. I talked about product expansion. The second one is actually market expansion. This year is quite a busy year for me because we are physically expanding to the new markets. September time, Thailand was officially launched. That means we can offer the local word account service to Thailand customers. And coming very soon, it will be Malaysia. Our MSB license was obtained 2 months ago. And in the pipeline is Turkey. We just formed a joint venture in Turkey and applying for the MSB license as well. And Mexico, we are in the process of the change of control approval. We actually bought a licensed entity. So hopefully it will be next year. We will have the Mexico license ready so that we can launch our local service in Mexico. And in the pipeline, Vietnam, we got the in-principle approval, but it's still under product development. Hopefully it will be in the first half of the next year. When we talk about market expansion, you will find the commonality of the five markets. They are all so-called, in my mind, the China plus one, the regional manufacturing hubs. Most of them actually in Southeast Asia, right? Similar to Latam. And Turkey, when we talk about this, of course, we are going to set up a local team. It means all the product localization, the local rails, the local pay, the local collection. So all those local rails would be added in order for us to serve our clients' local needs. And local team support, I just mentioned, actually more than, the markets we go. We actually set a local team in UAE and in Saudi, in Mexico. And the UAE and the Saudi, hopefully, it will be next year. We are going to have the license. Saudi is under joint venture. And UAE, we got the in-principle approval. Hopefully next January, we will get the license. If you are moving to UAE, we're definitely there next year to support you. So the third is actually industry expansion. So physical goods, let's say from China's perspective, it's always the manufacturing hubs. But the trend we see is actually outside of China, in Southeast Asia, or in Europe, actually service trade, the growth is much higher than the physical goods trade. So that is the reason this year we are going to expand to the service trade, including advertisement, logistic, and IT service. And this one is a marketing agency. The second one is actually freelancer. Say a company outsourced marketing activities to a Singapore companies. It's very interesting. All those freelancers, mostly actually in Southeast Asia. So we work with platform like Deal, like Upwork, to offer the similar collection and account service for freelancers from all around the world. The third one is actually developer. This year, we actually saw a tremendous growth. I just mentioned, this year, we grew by over 50%, but for developer, it's almost doubled, the overall TPV. So we find a very strong demand in this area as well. I talked about our core service, payment, but we do go beyond payments. We actually did a survey June this year, asking a lot of our customers, what is the biggest concern you have? 43% of our customers actually said compliance. When they go to a new country, they want to be fully compliant because it's a new market. And for most of the SMEs, most of the time, they don't get resources or information to have that full compliance of that local market. So because of this, we actually, in our website, continuously publish the specific markets tax and regulatory requirements and legal requirements update. And second one is expert insights. Titus is the senior partner of EY. So we actually invited him to be our advisor and provide the tax advising service for our clients. So Titus will continuously provide market-specific taxation information for our clients. And because he's very popular, so we decided to have Titus Avatar. You can actually ask all the questions regarding all the markets. He can give you advice and say, we bring the world to you. What does that mean? This morning I mentioned we are connected with more than 130 e-marketplaces globally to provide collection service for our merchants. And this one is being expanded further. We just signed collaboration agreement with Board.com, right, to help them recruit merchants from Asia. And we also have the Green Pass with the 30 plus e-marketplaces. That means through one click in our portal, you actually can submit your store opening applications to multiple e-marketplaces, and the eKYC part will be actually endorsed by us. And the third one is actually eco-partners. Go to every market, particularly, let's say, e-com merchants. It is actually a whole ecosystem. E-marketers, logistic companies, and advertisement agencies should go together so that you will have that support, so that you actually can have a successful business from that country to the rest of the world. And most importantly, we do have offline and online events to bring the e-marketplaces, all the eco-partners to our merchants. And this year, we've already organized more than 200 offline events for our merchants in every market. To UK and also Singapore, we actually will shoot the story of our merchants, how they do their business in that market, what is the secret recipe of their success in every market. We find that is actually quite useful for all the other merchants before they go to that market. So this one, we will continue organizing more events next year, and particularly in those new markets. This is actually my last page. I just put all the key words here, because this year, as I mentioned, it is not easy. A lot of unexpected things. Next year, I'm very much looking forward to the panel discussions, and the keynotes will provide you with more insights into the industry and into this market. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shi, for your invaluable insight. Thank you.